I want to talk about the dual analog filters on the impulse command, but mostly about the cross modulation knob called aggro. If you don't know much about this synth, it's a 2 oscillator, 2 filter stereo synthesizer. It's super interesting. It's got 2 filters and they're both panned left and right, but you can adjust the balance by matching the frequency of both filters. It's a bit awkward to explain, but I can show it relatively easy. So this is just a triangle going into the filters. Now you can hear the sound is on the left side, but if I change the VCFR detune, so if I change the frequency offset of the right hand filter relative to the master cutoff, you'll hear the sound pan. And not just pan, but also open. So both filters run relative to this master frequency here. So to get a good balance, you need to balance these 2 knobs together. But what's quite nice is that you can frequency modulate, you can cross modulate the filter cutoff, the master filter cutoff with VCA2. So if I pull up the Crossmod knob, and then add some resonance. Start getting these nice, rich tones out of it. So the manual doesn't say exactly what happens when you change this patch knob here, but what's essentially happening is it's changing the internal circuitry routing, kind of circuit bending the whole thing. And I think there's like 10 patch positions, patch configurations. So if I just run through those quickly. The different patches change the response of all the different things, like the filters, where the oscillators work, and all of this can be modulated. Like this knob can be modulated with this CV sequencer here. But in relation to this Crossmod, what's cool is that if you go to the second patch position and then use the Crossmod, you get a really smooth and sweet sounding. Like, to me that sounds like phase modulation or something. Compared to the first patch version. So this is regular Crossmod, and you can hear how VCA2, which is cross-modding the master cutoff, as you change the pitch of it, you're hearing different beatings. If I turn down oscillator 2, hearing a pitching and a different beating. But on the patch point number 2, you don't get that pitch, but what you do get is a really interesting timbre change. And it's something that's like more akin to like Buchler kind of complex oscillator sounds. And if you pull up oscillator 2, this becomes more pronounced. So what I think is happening there perhaps is that VCA2 is being synced with VCA1, and that's what's causing this smoother crossmod sound. Much of this can be modulated, so if you wanted to modulate that timbre shift, you just take a patch cable and go from the LFO1 chuck it into pitch of VCO2. There's that timbre being modulated there. So that's a really interesting way to brighten the sound without adjusting the filter. Just love these FM-y tones. So yeah, filter Crossmod on the impulse command sounds super nice.